What's up, friends? This is Jazz bringing you a new video. It's a unique video. Instead of a haul video, it's a unhaul video, or a purging video, or it's a soft purging slash unhauling. What do I mean by that? The stuff that is going to be unhauled is going to be put away in storage. It isn't completely getting rid of it, but it's getting rid of it out of my room, and that I can't access it easy, so I pretty much have less, clutter in that area. I've recorded footage that I'm going to put over this video. I can't remember everything at the top of my head, but I'll just say something and you'll get the idea. To start with, I completely unhauled all my VHS tapes except for the ones you see there, which are the Harry Potter one, the Grandpa's Bedtime Stories, and the Easter Beagle, because those three are more sentimental to me and I like to have them around. All the rest of them are put away in storage. Another big thing is that I got rid of you'll see it again, most of my PC physical games, like the Sims expansions and that, to put in storage. I kept main games like the base Sims 1, 2, and 2, and maybe 3. No, I don't think I had the base Sims 3, so I didn't keep the base Sims 3. And I kept like the World of Warcraft, for example, games that I just find are cool to have and collect. I also kept the Animal Crossing game, even though it doesn't work. Pretty much all the rest of my GameCube games work, so I kept them and my Wii games. Now, I got rid of, I didn't have very many of them, but I got rid of all but one Xbox 360 game, and that I kept the Mass Effect trilogy again because it looks cool on the shelf. That's all there is to it. I pretty much kept all the PS2 games and the 3DS games and the Nintendo DS games. So that's pretty cool. I didn't touch the DVDs. They're good as they are. I'm keeping the DVDs as they are. I got rid of about 3 books. I got rid of The Return and the 2 PC cast books that aren't The House of Night. The Ephraim's Choice and Bridget's Quest. Again, soft purging. So I just think I'm not going to use them. I want to save space for other books that I definitely know I'm going to use. Now, guys, I may not be completely done. You might get a part 2 if I decide to do more, but this is just what I've figured for now. I also got rid of a lot of the bags of stuff in my room. Most of my journals, because I don't use them very often. I kept a few journals. Let me see. I went through a bag and I got sensory bag. I found a lot of fidget toys in there that work that I never saw for a long time because of, how everything, was. So I'm keeping them on my thing. I might still do, and I might add either another clip or another video later that I'm going to try to do some of my bed a little bit more to make sure I know I'm getting rid of everything I want to get rid of. And even though when you think about it, I've gotten rid of a lot. 4 bags worth. Almost full 4 bags worth of stuff, guys. And that's the most I've ever gotten rid of. Yeah, that says something. Like, I got to a point where I'm like, okay, I have so much stuff there. A lot of the stuff I don't use, I'm keeping more for sentimental collection value, and I'm at a point now where I'm like, well, as long as they're in storage, and I'm going to write it so on my checklist that they're still in my collection, they're just not physically up there anymore. And it makes more room for more things that I would love to get that I can actually use. Guys, it's hard, guys. Trust me, it is really hard. I can see why there's people who really struggle doing this, because it kind of just gives you what's the best word for it? Satisfaction, having all these things and just thinking of parting them even temporary can be very, like, what if you need them later? Like, you kind of have that idea. And if you need them later, then maybe very rarely I might be able to get them. But right now, I don't need the things that I put away. They were just there for show. Obviously, again, I kept a couple of VHSs because they're very sentimental to me, or I wanna wait to at least get a physical version of both the Easter Beagle and that Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I need a DVD version of them before I can replace those. The Grandpa's Favorite Stories, that is more sentimental. That's my favorite Rugrats VHS tape, my favorite character. I figured that I would do that, for Grandpa Lou. That's just the way I say it. If I got rid of most of my VHSs, then 3 is fine. Now, again, I'm satisfied right now so far with what I've done, but you could say that I'm far from perfect, far from done in a way. I have to go through my bed, stuff I have on my bed. I have to look at what is it? Well, I guess the nightstand too, and the entertainment center thing. So, yeah, there's still some things to work through with that. Another thing that's sad to say that I actually put away is my Nintendo 64. It no longer works. I might as well put it away now. What did I do with my what is it, collection? Those I am keeping out. Unlike the 2 Xbox games that I got rid of, these games are sentimental to me. These Nintendo 64 games. A lot of them are Pokemon. One is Rugrats. It's a little bit of a different story with those. I'm keeping them out for show. Also, guys, I had Unhauled the fake Pokemon games. I gotta find it. If I find it, it's gonna be the Earthbound one too. They're not real, guys. As much as I'd love to say that they're real, they're not. Like, they would never have a function. I don't legitimately own them. I don't feel... That's why I did not... When I was doing my collection, did not add them. Because I'm at a point now where if I ever get them, I would want to have them someday for real. And I knew it was real, but that's a lot of money. But, like, some of them even stopped working. And with the Earthbound, even though it does work, it would kind of cancel me out of the ending. I'd rather play it on the Nintendo Switch Online that way. So since it's not an actual licensed released game, I'm going to put it away if I find it, right? So, but so it is technically put away. So, I know I've probably included them in my video game collection before, but they're really not. And if I ever do the thing again, I'm not going to include them because they're not a legit game. Like, for example, even though Animal Crossing, the original Animal Crossing, isn't working, it is an official version of the game. So that is part of my collection. Same with World of Warcraft and The Sims. They're part of my collection. They're legitimate. I may not be able to use them. I play the Animal Crossing other ways. But, again, I own the game. So, that's the thing. I'm fair, right? I really realized that, like, it took a while to realize they were fake. A short period anyway. But I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, yeah, they're not official games. They're not satisfying to include in my collection. In fact, they're at stain, I think, on my collection. Anyway, I think I would even throw them out. But, I'm just storing them away because this is what this video is about. Soft unhauling. Okay. Let me see. I don't know much else that I am going to unhaul, that I unhauled this time around, but I think I might want to talk about the reason and the benefits of doing this, especially for someone who's neurodiverse like myself. My brain goes really fast, and having all these choices can sometimes be overstimulating, and it took me this long to kind of realize that it actually feels good to get rid of things. Yeah! I literally spent a whole afternoon doing this video, working on the sections for it, getting the bags, transfer them back to my uncle's room or his former room. And my aunt will just put them away somewhere so we can know that they're out of the way. There's still things again I have to go through, and maybe I'll include it later. I don't know, but I just find so far this experience is really great. Well, guys, I thought I would show you some of the things that I've changed during this in this Unhaul so far. This bag here is going to be mostly kind of a bathroom bag. I got rid of that other bathroom bucket. It's going to kind of be a sensory thing. I can put some of my sensory toys in it, some of the books that I'm going to put in it when I go, and I can just grab it and take it in. So again, I love this bag. I want to have a use for it. So there it is. This bag is going to be things with like word searches, the coloring books, and a bunch of things that I have changed. You'll see this. This bag I had originally for sensory stuff. I switched for the stuff like colored pencils and the main stuff for activities, if you know what I mean. And finally, this bag is going to be used for my books for the most part that I'm currently reading. My Harry Potter bag, of course, because I read a lot. I have my bookmarks in there to keep it simple. So that's a pretty cool bag. Now, this sensory bag here will probably also be a bag that I bring out and about. If you know what I mean. I might, like if I go out somewhere, I'll put the things I would bring with me into this bag here. So I wanted to say that I'm keeping a couple bags. I am getting rid of, I did get rid of a lot of them, but those three are sentimental to me as well. So I figured I'd have a use for all three, particularly so they'll all be useful. Well, guys, I did some more unhauling / organizing, and this might be the last part of this video. I pretty much did all I wanted to do, which is amazing. You'll also probably see footage somewhere about all my collections and where I've put them in storage, but I've put a lot of other things in storage that didn't have a list. So, how do I start? I did a lot of the big chunk earlier, like taking my VHSs down, which again you'll see list of the things like IS equals in storage, just a short, I don't want to put in storage every single time. So I did that. I got rid of some of the games, but I went through a lot of my stuff, like my areas, like my entertainment center, my bedside table, my computer desk, my bed, even around, the room as much as I could to decide what I was unhauling and what I wasn't. And that was more the last 2 days. I didn't want to record every single day, but pretty much give you a whole off of what I got rid of. I did get rid of, what is it? I don't have a picture for that. Ironically, I forgot, was that little headset I had at Easter. I wasn't using it, and my own fault for getting it. I just put that away in storage for now. There's a lot of the stuffed animals that I got rid of, the Jacksepticeye plush, my mom's bear, but don't worry again, they're going in storage. I'm not getting rid of my mom's bear. Those things like that was just too big to have, and I already have something to think of my mom with that is small enough. Somewhere there. I always thought of my mom with this Arabian horse because this was one of the last things that I got in the day before she passed. And it was something I looked for. It was a Webkins, right? And I figured this is smaller, and I don't know why, but she was so pleased that I found it, that I was so pleased. And I always think of that when I have this. So this, to me, is just more sentimental than the bear. So I decided just to keep that. Anyway, I kept a lot of my stuffed animals. This reminds me of my dad, this Webkin, because we picked it out together. Obviously, a lot of Pokemon ones that I've kept, like Eevee and the Pikachu that I just got, because, well, obviously. Grover, because I don't know, he's little dusty. He was under the bed, but he's cute. The Mario one, the Umbre plush. This, I got that for Christmas. I kept the little, obviously I kept my Squishmallow and the kitty here. So a lot of the other stuffed animals, including Simba, he was too big and I didn't think of him as much, so I put him away too. So, would they say a lot of those things that, like I got rid of? I went through those big wiry drawers and oh my gosh, guys. Oh, that was a bit of a mess, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I ended up by the stand for the Switch, the dock, I put away. I never, ever played the Switch on the TV. The only reason I play the Wii and the PS2 is because there's no other choice. If they could be portable, I'd take it. But that can't happen for those systems, so I just play them as they are. I put away again the N64 I put away except for the games, the Xbox games except for what I put away. There were some other games that I put away, like my weight loss coach. I didn't have the thermometer, the pedometer for it to work, so I might as well put it away. Let me see what else in the games department. I don't think I could think of anything else in the games department that I put away, but I did find an extra Brain Age for some reason. I don't know why, but it's there. I also put away my extra Simpsons Christmas DVD. I only need one, so it is what it is. A lot of my pens and that I just put away. Like, especially the ones that I'm not sure if they're broken. I don't want to have them around. I organized my bedside table and only kept what I really use there. I went through my Switch physical games again, which aren't many. So, and I found the Pioneers of Olive Town. I also reorganized, like put them in their case so I know where they're meant to be. My gosh, guys, it's so fun. The funniest thing is that today, in the last, I think yesterday too, actually, I wanted to do nothing but get up and organize or get up and move, which is a good thing. I mean, I'm getting more energy, right? But, and just a little secret between us, I'm not going to do a series on it because I don't know how I'll stick to it. But the last several days, I've been cutting back sugar drinks. I've been replacing them with water. I've been moving more. And yes, my IBS has gotten on and off like it usually does. It's IBS, but I think it's been having a benefit for me because a benefit and not because I feel better moving around and sitting down playing games or reading. But I have to learn to sit down and not always move as well. So, but right now I'm pretty much done with all this organizing, so I have to find something else to do anyway. But yeah, this experience for me, oh well, it was both frustrating at first and amazing at the same time. It made me really realize what I need and what I don't need. Like, I should have just held on to things and thinking that I might need them. It seems so much better having a lot more space and being more organized, and whether I could keep it that way, you know, but it's also really nice knowing everything that I own that is in those categories of books, comics, miscellaneous. I actually did get rid of, what is it, there's a lot of odds and end books that the smaller Rugrat books, that aren't chapter books, I decided to just put away. I have them there, but they're just way too easy for me at this point, even for me. So I'm being fair. Like, I try to mostly keep like, if they're kids' books, I mostly try to keep them as chapter books, unless they're comics. So that way, at least I'm reading more than looking at just pictures. And that is more beneficial than just staring at pictures. But again, comics, again, and manga, whatever, are all the exception of those rules. They're higher level, you know, writing anyway, even if they do mostly have pictures and then dialogue. The writing of it is more, what is it, for older kids than little kids. So I see it as that point of view, where those Rugrat books are meant to be for younger kids, like not like preschool maybe, but for younger beginner readers. These comics are for maybe fourth grade up, definitely up on the upper end. So I kind of look into that, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it was all in all a very good experience. I feel really good about it. My aunt is really pleased about it. Like, she you should have saw her mouth. Like I did that. And it wasn't just like, oh, physical work either, which again is a lot. It was mental work for me, because I had to really sit down and decide if I would use it. And I'd also said, okay, where do I want to go next? Right? Like, when I started, there was some obvious, okay, what I'm gonna do next, right? Because I wanted to put the VHSs down. And that was hard physically, but okay, I wanted to get rid of most of the VHSs except for the three that I showed you there and showed you on the list, which I was having a hard time figuring out that part. But yeah, if you don't get all the clips in there, I might try to include some in other things. I have no idea. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this unhauling, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, like what you see, please subscribe. It helps this channel a lot. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you know when new videos are coming out. And I'll see you guys in my next video.